So now I welcome Hashita Sehgal, who will be moderating our new session, next session, We and Water, and our panelist, Dr. Sabita Madhvi, Dr. Nivedita Sahu, and Ms. Anupama Madhok Sood. So Hashita, over to you.
EDRC Research Fellow and the Wiki National Youth Representative also. That's about me. I'm an architect and urban planner by profession, and I'm highly grateful to Parijay Janis for giving me the opportunity. Coming to the session, We and Water is a session which is very close to me and all the panelists over here. Moving on, brief introduction about the esteemed panelists here. Anupama Madhoksood ma'am, she's the director and editor of Water Digest, having extremely extensive experience of working with the state level, the country level, and a lot of other officials. And she is also the editor-in-chief of Water Digest. Next, we have Dr. Sabita Madhvi, Dr. Nivedita Sahu, who's the principal scientist at CSIR, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, and is also the state vice president of Wiki Water Resource Council. I've personally interacted with all three of them, and there is so much to learn from all of them, being a youth myself. And next we have Dr. Sabita Madhvi Singh. She also has an extensive experience like all the panelists here, and she has great experience in working on water, the technical aspect, and in the government side also, since she's the joint director at National River Conservation Director, Ministry of Jal Shakti. So as the brief introduction went, we have panelists ranging from the media field, the communication side, from the scientific research background, and from the policy and the governance perspectives. So I would like to highlight the importance of this session's theme, which is We and Water. Next comes, I'll be just taking around a minute to tell about the redefining of the 3 Rs. Like we have all known about reduce, reuse, and recycle. But as we move into a different era for the country also, we are trying to redefine these 3 Rs as roles, responsibilities, and rights. First, my question to Anupama ma'am is, what do you think is the role of women in the media field specifically, since you yourself are from the background? And how do you think of someone who's coming from a common person's perspective or the youth can contribute actively towards the field?
Thank you, Harshita, for this lovely introduction also. And thank you, Ekta and Parijay Genius for this wonderful initiative. I was just reading about it and seeing few things. I am sure this Ek Nahi Azadi, your initiative, which I suppose you started almost 3-4 years ago, continues to reach new heights every year. And I'm happy that I'm also part of this program today. With regards to this new perspective given to 3 Rs, I'm really happy seeing this as well, because these 3 Rs are also very important when we talk about water or we talk about any other domain. So these 3 Rs are equally important. And when you say that what is the role of women in our respective field, as you know that, as you have also mentioned, that I come from the same industry, the communication side, so media side. So I'll say that ours is a niche subject. We work on water primarily. So of course, the way we interact is more towards touching the importance of water, the critical issues pertaining to water. And I would like to say that women have made significant strides in almost all the fields, and we all will agree. And the contributions are also, I feel, they are invaluable in the progress because it also gives diversity to various sectors. And so is the case with the media sector as well. In media, when you say that we women, you see them in every role. You see them as journalists, the reporters, content and strategy creators, also cameramen. So, you know, a lot of places you see every segment today, we have women representation. But still, um, if I talk about the top management positions, positions like holding executive level, editorial and production roles, they're still there. But if I put the numbers specifically, to see this as per International Women's Media Foundation, it says that even today it is only 27.3% of representation at the top level management position in media overall, while it is dominated by men, and which is around 72.7% of these roles. Talking specifically about India, again from the media side, if I quote, as per the content given by Feminism in India, it says that 52% of TV reporters are women, 20% of news reporters, readers are women, and 13% of print reporters are again women. But this, there is also a comparison. If I do it on the wider Asian continents based comparison, then there women are represented 55% in TV, 42% in radio, and 31% in print media. So we still have scope to grow a lot. So what is the way forward? I feel we do not have to look at the negative side of it. We have to see that we are making strides, we are making progress. So the idea is that despite the progress, while there will be challenges which will persist, including gender bias, unequal payment, maybe underrepresentation in decision-making roles, but we need to keep looking at the positive sides and try from our side in contributing towards breaking these barriers. And that's the only way forward. Also, we should be motivating each other so that more and more women they take lead roles, come to this decision making as well. And we need to also support each other in this journey. You also mentioned about the role of youth as such. How can we contribute? I feel personally, if I talk about myself, I personally feel that, when we have younger contributors in the team, they definitely bring different perspective. So when we kind of, still we feel at some places we are still old school, they bring new energy and they also bring new strategies. So I always look forward to new younger generation taking up at least the role of journalists, the reporters, and the way they kind of, put up the content on social media, their strategies and the ideas they give are really, really commendable. So as far as young generations is concerned, I'll say first and foremost thing is that they should be encouraged to read about their own sector. So the youth, the young generation, it is coming from various sectors, and it is important that they know about their sector first. The content needs to be absorbed well, and then they should also look forward to the new ways of kind of spreading the same content in a better way. These days, we feel the impact of social media, and who knows better than the young generation to make right use of these media. And I feel that's where young generation can really portray and play a very good role and a big role. That's what I'll say.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That is a very power-packed, impactful thought from you, which really motivates me personally, and I'm sure the audience is well over here. So moving to the scientific research aspect, and now comes Dr. Nivedita's perspective here. I'd like to ask the same question, but through the lens of your profession and the field that you're in, because when we say water, we always think about the need of it and not the research behind it, because we're looking at a very small perspective when as a user we're there. But looking at the future needs, what is your perspective about how women have been contributing to this, again, a very niche area of research? And how do you look at the youth also contributing into the research and development aspect? Over to you, ma'am.
So, Namaskar from South Vanakkam to all of you. And thank you very much for the nice and sweet questions and nice sweet introduction, Harshita. As you rightly said, you are also my wiki partner. So, very special thanks to you. And one more thanks also goes to Ekta from Pariser for giving me this nice opportunity to interact before this very good audience. As I have been watching previous session also, which is quite linked, indirectly linked to our session, that is waste management and waste topics with water, because water is also somewhat getting again wastewater, which is a very need of our at present days. Okay, so water, as we know, like air, water has no boundary. It has no gender. It is equal for everybody. Water need is for all life things. It may all life forms, that may be human, animal, any plant, anything, any life form. Water is essential. That is a life which gives us. And when we come for women, it is not restricted to women. Actually, men are also equally responsible for water crisis, water conservations, water knowledge, what, why it is important, how we can save it, and many more things are there, because water is life. So, and water crisis is a one more biggest, which is the biggest problem all over the world it is. And we know that in that only 3% of fresh water is available in total global way. Okay, and rest of the totally it is saline water. These 3% is also not getting sufficient, because of recent climatic change and all, it is also getting going on in shortage and all, of course. So we should have very very crucial and very key for all this particular topic and this particular issue. Then when comes to woman, my sense will be like woman has a very good relation with water. If you go from household, woman is one who is the firstmost things who knows about how to use water, how to conserve water. Water is the things, she is the only thing she has to manage, and she has to provide water to all the family member. So she has actually very direct connection and very immediate consumer water intake. Of course all are using, but woman has the that much of knowledge, who, whether she is illiterate or literate, as a mother she knows how to give water, how best way to use it. So they are the right target, right entity, right audience, because woman, you will agree, she is a multitasking. She has a sense of humor which is little more than men. I'm not I should not be biased, but this is common. And you know na, Bharat is like deviyon ka hai, so they have special that type of intuition powers and all. So she knows actually how to use the water, and she is the best media to tell the way. But only the things we should also give as a scientific farmer, we should, I should say particularly, everybody should know the water. Know your water, whatever you are drinking, whatever you are using, you should know your water. You should know the quality of the water, how to drink, because it is not very different. It is very very easy, and it is on tips. Like you will be well drinking, you will be knowing, okay, some smell is there, it is bad and all. But there are some more things are there, like nowadays people are saying that ROPO. And the same time, we are also saying now RO is not good. Why? Because it is taking all the minerals out. And longer time, if you use RO water, that will create vitamin D deficiency and all. But 10 years back, we only promoted that, okay, RO is good. Now, why this situation is coming? So, we for giving any technology is coming, it is having some pros and cons. Like that, we should also tell, see, whatever the natural thing is there, nature has already given the natural spring or whatever, it is having all the minerals and all. It is quite good for it. We people have only actually we have polluted it. That is what this technology is intervening. We are coming with more industrialization. We are coming with more type of other things for our need, for our selfishness. That is what we are discharging to the water, and ultimately it is going and dumping to the water bodies and creating the things like industries coming out, and they are of though CPCB, Central Pollution Board is there, but they are discharging without following the things, and it is going and polluting to the water. So everything directly, indirectly, it is coming back to us. Whatever we are giving, it is also coming back to us. Now it has given back to us. Because of that, we are going on for getting less pure water, drinking water, whatever it was there, because nature was already having. Now, since we have polluted, now it has to be again go for some solutions for cleaning and all. So for that, research is coming, and many technologies are also coming. We should go for what type of filtration should be given, what type of technology should be given to clear water and all. This is called scientific research. Okay, but something, whatever I say, know your water means a person should have TDS. It is very pocket friendly. pH. These are the some tips are there, which is very pH papers are there, very less. So every house, if they are having this type of small things, they can just put it in the water and they can know their water whether it is there. Like if pH, it will show some color type of indication. Yeah, they will be knowing, okay, this is alkali or good for things. This is neutral water. This is very good for having. Similarly, TDS will give you the indications of that if mineral is there or not. So according to the BIS, below 500 ppm should be there. Below that, it is advisable to drink. So these small things are there, which if awareness can be given, and to give, who will give this awareness? From my perspective, the younger one is the best one to give the this pass on this particular things to their families, and the children are the best one. Children, the schools are, if we go to these schools, if the children will be educated, they are the best source to who can educate there, because whatever they will say, mother, father, grannies, all will agree. They will blindly agree. Children at the first, don't use this waste, don't have this one, but they are the best source for giving, spreading the awareness and all. Actually, whatever we are saying, that in my previous things, we are saying that something was coming for plastic solutions and all. Even in that also, children can play a very key role to promote the awareness for to the consumer, to their own families, not to use and what to use, etc. Plastic, or to pollute water, and how to drink water, because water has now government is also going to have a things water type one subject. So I am sure that kids will be knowing from their school curriculum also, and then they will be going with this knowledge to their home. So this slowly this is going and spreading to that, but it has to be implemented. Now implemented, of course, youth, as I said, they are the key source, because they know much more than us how to use social online platform. They are very good user. Actually, they have user friendly to go for all online, WhatsApp, Facebook, everything. So this is the best way, online media, to get give informations regarding water uses, water, how to use, like save water, nal band karo, save the drops. All small things should be taken care into the considerations. And regarding this role models, I can say, as per me, if you will agree, or I don't know if you have heard and all, Dr. Sahejwala is also there. She, Veena Sahejwala, actually, she has done wonderful and significant impact on innovative material scientific terms, and in her innovative inventive work she has developed sustainable materials and waste management, particularly recycling from micro electronic waste, so where she has also developed one valuable things for water filtration, and she has been actually, through her leadership and research, she has given expanded her scientific knowledge by promoting sustainability and efficient use of water and wastewater. This is one just example I have. Similarly, many, since I belong to CSIR, from CSIR, I am the one, of course, is there. I have many PhD scholars and younger fellows to whom I have trained, and they have been doing very good in water research. And we have also developed, like water conservations, we have got atmospheric water generator. Without exploiting the ground resources and the surface water, we develop one technology to capture water from moisture. So like that, many things are there, and many role leaders like Noor Afshans from CSIR, Dr. Salini, Dr. Ramya Raman from CSIR Neri, because they are the good leaders, women leaders are there who are actually working in water. And one more also, I know Dr. Preeti Amritkar from EnviroCure. So they have been using the standards, they are developing the water standards, and many more contributions they have been giving, which can be also seen in various journals, online platforms, various publications forms, like that. So these are the scientific terms which has been came up with evidence form in various scientific journals. Like that, online platform through youth, from children to the family. So this is the things, how can we go and how can uh, our decimate our responsibility on water uses, water conservation, and of course water crisis. Thank you, anymore. I think this has given some sight of light on water issues.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Nivedita ma'am. So there are few terms that I picked up from these whole set of issues that you've highlighted. One is, you mentioned that the implementation aspect of all the research and all the factual knowledge that we already um, have in place, like there is no limit to the knowledge that is already available on the internet. But then coming to the implementation aspect, I think there is a lot of work that has been planned and few of it is being implemented. So this brings me to our panelist, Sabita ma'am, who's actually in the public policy, water related aspects and with the ministry. So I'd like to know her views on how the implementation has been coming over the years, and what is the plan, if you could reveal a few, for the future of water and women in the ministry.
Thank you, Harsita and Ekta, for having me here. It's a pleasure for me to join you for this kind of discussion where we're talking about water as well as women. Both are W's, and that really impacting on the now in the government initiative. What are the programs is running on, like Manrega, JJM, and other what are the sanitations program? It's really impacted by the women leaders who's working on the grassroots level, women managers we can say, and those programs are really successful. And many of the schemes, when you see this, even the notches scheme, it's very it's being successful we can say because of the women participation, and because women are the primary provider of the water, not in the India, in the worldwide. And they accepted these challenges in India. Now they are very much aware what they are putting up for the family, for themselves, how it's impacting for their life, for the hygiene purpose also, for the health purpose also, and also for their young child, so for the girl child, how their its requirement is there. So they taken a very good role, especially in JJM when we see it. So they started talking about the quality of water and quality of life also, and they started focusing uh, how to make it change. And for this, I guess women's are also involved, and youth, when you're talking about youth, and their concept, their eagerness to change the society, what policy they want, what actually they are, because they have broadened their vision through the internet, how the different policies, different schemes, different activities going on worldwide, and they want this kind of change in the India also. And that's the impact we are facing. We are really seeing it in the government initiatives. One I can discuss about this, one of the case in Darang district from the in Assam, and I discussed this also one of the before sessions also, where the women, they are facing the water quality, especially it was the arsenic related. The groundwater quality was very arsenic. There's a group of district, Darang district, with the 60 villages, and there's a 9 panchayat was there, group panchayat group, and out of the 9, 7 was the world women panchayat leaders. They started taking initiative, talking about the JM implementation. They really taken their hold about the implementation, how can be implemented, because they are really eager to make a change in their district, because they know what kind of water they are serving to their child in the family. So their focus and their advocacy started more involvement of other women, other youth also, that really impacted. Now this Darang district is in the focus of the Niti Aayog also. It's really impacted well. All the districts are now serving a good drinking water quality. So that kind of change is required when you're in a motivation. It's not the scheme, it's the implementation, how they are involved. So we can say every scheme will successful, but involvement from the grassroots and the women there, because women can understand better than the water conservation, about the water conservation, about the sanitation, and their life is more impacted, and their young ones also. So I think this is really helping us when we talk about we and women. It's a we is women. So that's I think a very good topic you're choosing us to discussion. And as a ground level, you all are working. Ekta is working, Anupa is working, and this I think this really giving good impact to the women. How they get motivated. I saw all of you working on the field, and they talk the women to take a lead in this regard. I think this is good initiative. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Savita ma'am. That was very insightful. So coming to the last round of questions, since all of us are a very small community who are dealing with the same issue but from different lenses, so all of us would like to be connected to you, and that's what brings me to the next question. So Anupama ma'am, again to you. How do you think can all of us here, and whoever this outreach is going to, how can we contribute, and how can we stay connected and then talk about more issues and look for solutions?
Arshita, I really wish to say that on a daily basis, I do have my own limitation. We can't reach out to various places, but I'll be really happy if I get dedicated people who can actually bring in the right kind of content. There is so much happening all across the world when it comes to water that at times I feel I wish I'll have so many representatives and we get the information from every part, every corner of the country, every corner of the world, and we are able to talk about it. Maybe it gives inspiration to others and we can actually bring the change. And the whole idea of we started this publication with the vision that we can contribute in the water sector. So, like you said, how can we contribute, especially for the younger generation? I'll say I'm really, really keen to have more and more journalists, reporters, writers, content writers who can contribute, who can talk about their ideas, do awareness, and bring the change by bringing everyone together. That's what we've been doing. And I feel what started as a connect between industry and the government, today we are connected with the NGOs. See, something which Ekta is doing and started from Chandigarh. We are sitting in Delhi and somebody is sitting in South, and we are all today part of this initiative. So that's how it has to be. We all need to support each other. When you said that, how can an individual, if I talk about a common person contributing towards media, I'll say it's important that we embrace the power of information and how it has to be done. It's really crucial, and it's important that we consciously and critically consume the information which is there on any of the platforms, and we should take an ownership of sharing the accurate information further. So the first part is if we are consciously consuming the information and in turn sharing the right and accurate information, we in turn become the agent of change. While on the other side, if we are giving importance to the unbiased information or untrue information and, with ignorance, resharing the information, so, there we are not contributing in the right direction. So this is something wherein an individual can definitely contribute. We can engage in thoughtful conversation. Today we are having one. The one platform, there are multiple topics. We are engaged in thoughtful conversations. Also, we should provide constructive feedback to each other. We can also influence each other's narratives if we have the right kind of information and content with us. Also, in today's age of digital interconnectedness, I'll say the participation only shapes the stories being told today. So, these are few things which I feel any individual can contribute to. And one thing which I definitely mentioned about the conscious consumption of the information available, because today it is digitization. Of course, it has given us an opportunity to express our views. If you go back in past, the kind of media which was there in past, it was only at the surface level. We had TV, we had radio, or we had newspaper. But today it is a two-way communication. Any consumer, any common person can express the views, and they can definitely speak to. There is a two-way communication. All news channels or media is available on the social media. Public can express their views and we can talk immediately. Like, there can be exchange of information, thoughts. There are blogs, there are news portals, there are news sites, Facebook, social media. Everywhere there is content given by the media houses as well, and it gives liberty to the public also that you can express your views. So if I talk about Water Digest also, we have our news portal. We started as a magazine, which was just going to individual subscribers, eventually also getting distributed at various trade shows, events. But today we have a social media presence as well. All our programs wherein we try bringing the policymakers, industries, NGOs together, the opinions are being shared on an open platform. Anybody can express their views, they can interact, they can talk about it. If they have some disagreement, they can discuss, debate, and we can come out with rich deliberations at the end of the program. So that's how I feel that, today's digitization has certainly given more power to the consumers, to the general public, common public as well. And so one should definitely consciously contribute and be the agent of change in this entire process.
Thank you, Anupama ma'am. That was very encouraging, and I would definitely hope to feature something from my own repository in Water Digest from now on. I'll be another addition to your family of Water Digest.
Will be
Now,
a pleasure. Will be a pleasure.
thank you so much, ma'am. So moving to Dr. Nivedita now. Ma'am, I would like to know that how can scientific research and everything that is being done in the research and development aspect can support common people, because like we see the top down bottom up approaches and all these and we hear of these news articles, but then at the grassroots level, how is that research trickling down and making our quality of life better each day?
Nice questions again. I must thank you, Harshita. And this is having a link to my previous speaker also. She has also answered, her points has also covered, many of the things covered these particular questions, where digitization has a very good role, even in for scientific outcomes to reach it actually acts like a outreach to the public, and the easy way to reach to publics, where the person can express, disagree, whatever they can do. They can with the help of this social media platform, they can do. Of course, they can get many of the informations. Just type Google, type your questions, you will get your ready-made answers. Who has developed, who has invented, who has uh, uh, innovated, or which technology has came, anything, whatever you type, Google is having an answer. The information will be on tip of your hand. Okay, so digitization is the biggest and foremost answer in present days. And second thing is that how to reach another way, like publishing our own things in various national and international journals. Second thing, publishing our program, whatever we are developing, our projects, entire things also publishing in various platforms, online platforms, hard copy platforms, like that. Creating conferences, workshops, interacting, creating networking. Like this is also, this particular event is also one of the things where many of the views, many of the knowledge can be shared, which is of course credit goes to digitizations and networking, where the Prajay Jal has networked, and Wiki has entered with, and we all have been came in the particular loop and joined with Ekta, and today we are here with another group of people, another audience is also there, where we are also giving our views to reach to them. Like this, we can conduct workshops, we can conduct many of the training programs for youth. Again, I said, even for school level also, to reach small, small, tiny kids. And there may be girl, there may be boy. They are the wonderful media to reach to the family, again to the society. And some, of course, now there's some like advertisement type of flyers, pamphlets, banners. Like these are also one of the sources where we can give, we can share, and we can inform, we can outreach to the public. A part of that, conducting meetings, conducting local meetings in local levels, even in small in local languages also, which is easy way to reach to the local people in their own language, their own views, and their needs, their demands can be answered through scientific uh, works. Then small like of events, what I can say, like dramatized events type of things, where you can also share whatever the outputs, whatever innovations has been made in a small play form, which is like audio video type of things, which is also easy way to reach the people. So these are the things where media, or these are the ways where we can go. Another one more things also is there, small uh, like communities are there in local levels, village level and all. There also you can go and create program, make an outreach to that particular local peoples also. And I think this is the answer from my side, Harshita.
Thank you so much, Nivedita ma'am. Sorry, I had to shut my camera. There is a power cut over here, but I'll be connected. Coming to Sabita ma'am now. So we heard from Anupma ma'am, how can we contribute? Then from Nivedita ma'am, how can we contribute in the technical aspects by using soft skill? Now, when we say the government side, in a pool of 140 crore people, as an individual, we all feel that we are not being heard enough or not being heard at all. So the term of "mujhe kya hi farak padega," all these things really add on to a lot of self-introspection at times. So I would want you to highlight how can we reach and how can our voice reach in the policy making aspect of the government, and finally the implementation, because all these policies are people driven and for the people. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Harshita, for the very nice question. I would like to share my own experience in this regard. once, 2 years before, I received a letter through PMO office. One 80 years old lady from the Kerala, she wrote the PMO in a very good brief English about the water issues in his area, her area, her district. And she was some professor, 80 years old, I don't know. And that letter was really impactful in the policy change in their district in Kerala. So PM office didn't ask us to resolve this issue. They asked to send the input in this regard, what we can do in this. And we given our submission. I did given our inputs, and then the prime minister, honorable prime minister himself, they wrote reply to that lady, and they asked, we are involved with that, asked to resolve this issue at the ground level in that area. So when you reach the right question to the right motivation, it will impact. It's really impact, and my feeling also. And you should know about the schemes, you should know about the government initiative. You don't mix all the agendas in one paper, though nobody going to solve it. You focus on what is the primary issues, and that will focus and that will resolve, then later on you can add it. So you can't have everything in one plate, but because our government with a different objective.
I think there is an internet issue from Sabita ma'am's end. We'll wait for a minute for her to rejoin.
Harshita, out of
So
turn,
both
I'm
federal
just
government is instructing.
Yes, yes, Sabita ma'am, please
What
continue.
is the state supremacy? We can initiate, we can create a policy, we can uh, create a schemes also, but implementation is done by the state government, and their role is major stakeholders where they have to make a change. We have to go ask to the state government first, there which is the jurisdiction, which organization is working on this, and then after you can step off to the central government, and it's really work on the ground, it's really impact on the ground. It's depend on how we are aware, how we can disseminate our data. And every even when I present somewhere and about my department, my schemes, people are still not aware this kind of programs are going on, this kind of fellowships are given to the people for young generation. There's a many fellowships are going on for the ministry side. Even the master programs, we sponsor master programs for MTech program. For myself, I'm dealing with this. I sponsor 5 candidates every year to the IIT who's working the field for environment, for water and river conservation, river and lake conservations. So there are schemes there, but awareness there, the data is not circulated enough to the enough reach to the ground level. So that is the issue maybe, and still even the women's are, I think, not more aware. The schemes mainly focus to the women also. If women are able to participate more, they get more encouragement. It's better chances to get that seat for them also, but they are not aware maybe. So these kind of platform is a good place to understand this, where they can want to be. And then I told you, no, not every letter can be that I catch by the prime minister, but a women letter who is 80 years old, and briefly she wrote politely issues, and that is addressed. So that is the issue, that the way you have to handle all the issues, and all the awareness can be done, and they can write it to the right authority. So that is the, I guess that is the solution we can address. Thank you,
uh,
Ashita.
Harshita, I would like to just add quickly here, and I just want to echo Savita ji's content as well, her words, because we've been meeting on various forums, we've been interacting as well, and I completely agree what Savita ji has just said, that there are a lot of schemes, but then at the grassroots level somehow these schemes are yet to be permeated well, so that the beneficiaries, they know that these kinds of schemes are available. So we are also trying from our side our best that we contribute in disseminating these schemes, the kind of initiatives happening. But at the same time, it is also expected that younger generation, maybe the content needs to be placed on social media in that form which is well absorbed by them, that you see a lot of video loops these days, a lot of infographics these days. So maybe the technical content can also be simplified in these small loops, and should be permeated well to the beneficiaries level, because rightly there are a lot of schemes, but then their dissemination, there is a lot of scope of enhancing the disseminating of this information to the grassroots level. So this is one appeal from this platform, that while we are discussing, it will be great if things can be further kind of amplified through the platform and through youth voice, if I can say so.
Even myself, I visited 17 countries with the fellowship, and there's a lots of fellowship are there worldwide, especially 50% reservation for the women in the water sector, especially water and environmental sector. And even I was not aware at my younger age. I was known about after my 20s. If there's a availability, it's all the fellowship is for young below 35 years, and a young generation, if they're aware about these kind of schemes, this kind of fellowships are available, they can grow their career in the earlier age. So still women are not aware. I was aware when I get into the IIT during my MTech. I was not aware that time, so that impacted my career. That I can say that can be disseminated by the other young women who was working the same field. So worldwide, it's a very much opportunities there, and but still willing to achieve this and right time, right information to receiving is also difficult. That their will to how to get it done, how where they want to do, what they want to go, they themselves need to be motivated first.
Definitely, ma'am. I think
I
Nivedita ma'am has something
Yeah,
to say.
Harshita, just I was so happy and so excited. Actually, my all co-panelists, they are also supporting your to giving you nice answer. But and very much I will agree with Abhita ji that we are in our case also, my case also, I was not awareing, I was not though lot of schemes are there, lot of fellowships are coming at this age. After crossing all the age, then we are getting to know, okay, these are the schemes are there. But I think the same thing in today's generation also they are facing. The prime most problem is there should be a policy to have that water is one course should be there in the lower class, so that these younger people also knowing that water, okay, whatever, this is not a subject of debate, not a subject of a discussion, that is also subject of our curriculum. If it has been included in the subject, they will take it as okay, that we have to do and all. Because now at this time, when we are writing the projects and we are submitting the proposals and all, after getting accepted, then we are creating that, okay, manpower, this has to be taken, PhD, this many has to be MP, then we will be giving there also. In the interview time, students will be coming, they will be joining the interview, then there we will be knowing they are interested to go for different molecular biology, some technology, biotechnology, engineering, some like computer engineering, modeling, computational, like that. Those are fascinating to all the younger generation. But coming to the ground level, grassroots type of subject, that has to be also given that much of importance, so that this younger will adapt, they will accept, and they will avail the opportunities whatever the government is having. That much from my side. And it has to be more publicized. uh, the publications whatever we are reaching, the way, like whatever the media, newspaper, social media, whatever, that has to be also given something, it should be multiplied, and uh, in a many more forms, so that the time period whatever you are giving 1 month, instead of that the duration should be increased, or some type of things can be done where more and more students can come and they can take it as a subject of their growth as a career. And then it can be taken, okay, they should know that empowerment is also there. So these type of they things, if at all they will take these things, they will start, they will have velocity, after that there is no career. But this trust should be given. No, this will also, they from water also, that will create an empowerment for them. So if a person will be having like that, that they will be feeling that, okay, my future is secured, I'll be giving this much of my salary or something where I can have my good family and all, definitely more and more they will take it as they are going in other sector, in ITs, computational science and all things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nivedita ma'am. I think Ekta ma'am had to say something. Let's hear from her as well.
Yeah. So, as we were talking about the opportunities for women and all, so I would like to share that even I am postgraduate, लेकिन उस time पे भी मुझे भी नहीं पता था कि क्या होना चाहिए, how to pursue my career further and what can I do. So I think these are the things, not the 30 years, 40 years back. Even now also youth don't know that what they want to do. So, and what are the opportunities? Even then, yesterday I had a conversation with Dr. Nivedita, and we were talking about the projects. As Harshita, we have also discussed, but we don't know how to get the funds and how to implement it the way it should be. So, here I feel that as Dr. Nivedita is also into CSIR, Dr. Sabita is there, Anupama is there, so they can guide us. And WRC is such a big and good platform, thanks to our national president, Dr. Mansi, that जिन्होंने हमें एक माला भी, माला में ये सारे मोती पिरोए हैं, और ये माला जो इतनी सुंदर बन चुकी है कि वो एक दूसरे को इतना सपोर्ट कर रही है. First of all, I want to thanks to whole WRC team, Dr. Nivedita, Dr. Sabita and Anupama ji, कि आप you agreed and Harshita agreed to moderate this session. So this is the beauty of the WRC. So I recommend all the women to come forward and join us for more work. And definitely, as Anupama is talking about the data, the information. So I think we all have a lot of information, but we need the people, the youth, to take the initiative to compile this information in the right way. So it can be in the documentary forms, in the text forms. And if we say that only interviews and documentary form is okay, so it's not sufficient actually. We need in the text form also. It should be in the multiple ways and must be available to the public so that they can get the right knowledge, right institutions where they can contact, whether it is for the career, whether it is for the implementation in their own personal life. So that's all I wanted to share, and I hope you all are expert in this, that how this policies, knowledge should be shared and should reach to the every person so that they can get the benefits. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Ekta ma'am, firstly for the opportunity. And next, my personal takeaway for the session is that we are looking at a collaborative approach coming from different fields, different age groups, different mindsets. It is what collaboration is going to take us forward. May it be scientific research feeding into the policy aspects, and then the policy aspects going to the knowledge dissemination side, which is where Water Digest also plays a major role. And this is not just limited to water. Water is what binds us, but ultimately it's in all aspects of environment, climate change, solid waste management. So this is my personal takeaway. And of course, the society and the community interactions, everything, engagement is a major feeder into all these roles that we are playing on in our respective life. So thank you everyone for the session, and I think we managed to finish on time.
Thank you,
We are
Harshita.
exactly.
It was wonderful interacting, and and thank you once again, Ekta, for inviting us, all other team members who had been coordinating with us, and thank you so much. And I really look forward to more fruitful discussions and taking to the implementation level as well. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks you for this wonderful session.